Thanks for clicking on my video. This is just going to be a quick what I eat in a day. Let's get started. Good morning, everyone. This is breakfast today. I made some homemade French toast. I used this Lewis Shop Healthy Life Keto bread. I find this in my local Meijer's. You can have 2 slices for only 1 point. I made it with the traditional way and vanilla, a little bit of Splenda, not anything worth any points. I do have Maple Grove sugar-free syrup on there, only about a tablespoon because I don't really like it super sweet. So, French toast, 2 slices in total, cut diagonally. It is 1 point. Then I have the Jones breakfast chicken sausage links. You can have 3 of them for 2 points. I find that in my local GFS Gordon's. No sugar added chicken sausage links. And then I just have 2 of the fried eggs I cooked in the pan with cooking spray, onion and herb seasoning, onion, salt, and pepper. And then I'm going to enjoy this Premier Protein peanut butter cup one. And I put this whole thing in an iced coffee and have my protein coffee with it. So I get that at Gordon's, GFS. I get this at my local Meijer's. So this whole plate of breakfast is 3 points. My protein coffee will be 2 points. And that's breakfast. Protein coffee is life. First coffee. Gotta have the coffee. One of my favorite snacks, air popped popcorn. And how I season it is I use this butter spray, this butter cooking spray. And then I shake it up with 0 points worth of this nacho cheddar and this garlic parmesan. And then I use a little bit of this popcorn salt, this buttery salt. So 2 cups of this is 1 point on my WW personal plan. And I share this with my kids. Today's lunch is going to be my homemade Caesar salad. And this, I meal prep this actually, and I do 2 at a time. I take 1 romaine lettuce heart and I chop it up, split it between the 2. I take hard-boiled eggs and I pickle them for a couple of days in banana pepper juice. So that's why they got a yellow tint on the outside. That's what that is. I have some grilled chicken breast pieces in here that I made ahead of time as well. I have 2 teaspoons of this reduced fat Parmesan style grated topping. I get it from Meijer's. You can have 2 teaspoons for 0 points. You get that Parmesan flavor without the Parmesan points. I have 20 grams of mozzarella shredded cheese, the fat free. You can have that amount for 0 points. I have 1 mini cucumber, the snacking size ones, and I sliced it up into medallions. I also have a 1/4 cup of red onion in here, and there's some right there. I have a 1/4 cup of red onion chopped up in here as well because, well, I love onion. And trying to make sure I remember everything. So I actually get 4 points for eating this salad. Oh, bacon bits. I have a little over, right there, a little over a teaspoon, almost a teaspoon and a half, just shy of a teaspoon and a half of great value bacon bits for 0 points as well. And so anyways, this salad I get 4 points for eating this salad. But the only points I have that comes from this salad is the dressing itself. I use 59 grams of the Bolthouse Farms Caesar dressing. So the Bolthouse Farms Caesar dressing, 59 grams, is 3 points for me. So this will be my salad. It's 3 points, but I gain 4 points for eating it because of all the vegetables. So today's lunch. There we go. I almost forgot to mention, when I meal prep my salads, if you go buy the canning stuff in the grocery store, that's where I find this. It's called Fruit Fresh Produce Protector. It comes in two different style bottles. I've seen it, but both of them say the same thing, and they are the same thing. Anyways, I sprinkle a little bit of this on my salad, and it will keep your salad from getting soggy and nasty. And if you want croutons, you can have a tablespoon, or I think about 7 grams of croutons for 1 point as well, but I'm not doing that right now. But anyways, sprinkle a little bit of this fruit fresh on your meal prep salads or on your fruit, and it'll keep it from going soggy and brown and nasty. So a little meal prep tip right there. All right, dinner time, and tonight's dinner is going to be 3 points for me personally. Don't mind my kids in the background. I'm going to take this 54-cent packet of this Nor Fieto. I'm going to murder the name if I try to say it, but Fieto. I'm going to take this 54-cent packet. It has 4 servings in it. And I'm going to zoop it up into a skillet dinner. So I'm going to make this Nor Fieto skillet is what I call it. I start off by 1 sweet onion. I dice up very small. Then I have celery that I just dice up and then I freeze. That way none of it goes to waste and I actually use it. So we're going to use probably about 1/3 cup of that roughly. I usually just eyeball it. The same thing with the bell pepper. I get them when they're on sale and then I dice them up and put them in my freezer. So I'm going to use about the equivalent of 1 bell pepper. And in addition to that, I'm using, because this is going to make about 4 servings, about 4 to 5, depending on how big your servings you want. And then I have some pre-cooked ground turkey breast. I have about 1/2 pound of that. I'm going to use that as well. And then I am going to use 1 can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. And then I'm going to use 1 can of pinto beans. I'm going to rinse this. I'm going to drain it and rinse it. And then we are going to use about a tablespoon's worth of taco seasoning. Just enough to season the 1/2 pound of meat that we have. This step is optional. I've done it with and without, and it's delicious both ways. But I weigh out 97 grams of the fat-free cheese and melt that in at the end. Or you can do 20 grams, which is 1 serving size, but it's 0 points worth of cheese, and put that on the individual bowls at the end. So there's my cheese. I already weighed it out. Let's get started by preheating your favorite skillet. Alright, I'm preheating my pan. I just got my favorite cooking spray here. We're just going to spray that in. I'm going to add 1 bell pepper's worth of my diced bell peppers. And then I'm going to add my celery. And you want it on probably a medium-high heat, or at least that's what I normally do. About 1/3 cup worth of diced celery, or however much celery you want. And then I'm going to add in my fresh diced onion. I can get it all off my cutting board here. There we go. And then you're just going to saute all of this. Get a little spatula here. You're just going to kind of saute all of this until it is cooked through and delicious. Once your vegetables are sauteed and cooked, we will add our meat and get started on the rest. Alright, I have my veggies cooked enough to where I like them. Now, if your meat is raw and you're cooking your meat at this point, I would probably take out the vegetables and then cook your meat. But you know, you do you. It wouldn't even really matter. You could cook the meat in it if it was a lean enough meat. It wouldn't, the grease wouldn't matter in here. But my meat is already pre-cooked, and it's the fat-free kind, so the turkey breast, so it's fine. So I'm adding my turkey breast, my ground turkey breast in at this point, and I'm going to cook it through. I'm going to add my taco seasoning at this point. And do however much you like. Just enough to season the half pound of meat. I am going to add just a little tiny bit of salt and pepper. And this dinner comes together really quick and easy. Not only does it come together really quick and easy, but it all started with a 54-cent packet and a 54-cent packet and a few staples that I keep in my home. I was just looking to twist up Taco Tuesday night and try something different for my children, and by doing so I found a new hit. Very, very family friendly, budget friendly, Weight Watcher friendly, and delicious. So now I'm going to add in my can of diced tomatoes with green chilies. And I'm just going to mix that around. This smells amazing. I'm going to have kids coming around the corner. Mom, what are you making? Every time I make something that smells really good, the kids always come around the corner wanting to know what it is. Or it's kind of funny, my oldest child, my son, Travis, he does not like onions. But yet, every time I saute or fry up some onions, he comes running, says, something smells good, what are you making? But yet he won't eat onions. I find it kind of funny. So anyway, I'm just going to follow the directions on the back of this package, with one exception. It says to add 4 cups of water. Now, if you want this soupy, go ahead and add the 4 cups of water. I'm going to add about 2 cups of water. And then, because I wanted a little liquid, but not a whole bunch of liquid. I want it to be more of a skillet. So, I'm going to add 2 cups of water, see how it does. We're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it for about 10 minutes. Checking it to make sure it's not too dry. So, I'm going to add in my drained and rinsed pinto beans now. And now I'm going to add in my dinner packet, my Nor Fieto. Just enter that whole package in. And we're going to save the cheese for the end. Like I said before, sometimes I add the cheese in and sometimes I don't. I've made it both ways, and it's delicious both ways. I'm just mixing it up a little bit. I'm going to get my 2 cups of water, and I'm going to add that in now too. Alright, I actually got about 2.5 cups of water right here. Well, we'll start off with that, and if it needs more, we'll add more. You can always add more, but you can't take away. And you can serve this with some bite-sized tortilla chips, the Tostitos, or you can just put a little dollop of the fat-free Greek yogurt. It is a delicious dish. Alright, I'm just going to bring this to a rolling boil, and once I get it to a rolling boil, I'm going to pop the lid on, bring it down to a simmer, and we're going to cook it for 10 minutes, and dinner is done. So I'll come right back and show you the end result. All right, now I got it to a boil. I'm just going to give it one more stir. Pop the lid on. And we're going to let it sit for 10 minutes and we'll come right back. All right, it's been the 10 minutes. Took the lid off and I'm stirring it here. Now at this point, I'm going to add the 97 grams of fat-free shredded cheddar cheese that I weighed out. That's 2 points worth of cheese. Now, like I said before, you don't have to add the cheese. I've had it with and without, and it's delicious both ways. But if you have it, why not? So I'm just going to mix in that cheese until it is melted throughout. Turn off the heat. And we're just going to let this sit. And it's going to thicken just a little bit as it cools. And see how the 2.5 cups of water made it so it wasn't super liquidy, just a little bit? I like it like this. But if you wanted it more of a soup, go ahead and add the full 4 cups of water. But this is perfect for me and my family. So let me get it plated up and I'll show you the serving. All right, here is my dinner, my finished plate. I have 1 serving here, and I put a couple of the bite-sized Tostitos in my bowl. A little too close, there we go. And this is a gigantic serving. On top, I put 2 tablespoons of this Meyer's fat-free sour cream. You can have 2 tablespoons for 1 point. And I just sprinkled a little bit of dried cilantro leaves on top. So the bowl is 4 points for the Fiero skillet. And you get 1 point back for all the vegetables. The sour cream, that's fat-free, 2 tablespoons, that's another point. And then I'm going to end up using 4 points worth of Tostitos. You can have 24 chips for 4 points. So there we go. There's tonight's dinner. I hope all of you enjoy. All right, I'm going to have me a little snack before bedtime. I have these Fiber One protein bars, these chewy bars. They are the caramel nut flavor. They are so good. They taste like a candy bar. It's the caramel nut flavor, 2 grams of sugar, 6 grams of protein, 8 grams of fiber, so it's very satisfying and it tastes like a candy bar. And then I'm going to have a banana to go with it and some more water. And that's going to be 4 points for me on my personal points plan. This is the product I use to make the dinner. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all the above.